Welcome back to 3 News at 5. We're nearly a week away now from Thanksgiving, and here's something to think about. Have you taken a moment to reflect on the things you're most grateful for?
A family from Perry will forever be grateful to a woman who was once a stranger from New York, but is now considered part of the family after she gave a life-saving gift. Senior health correspondent Monica Robbins brings us this heartwarming story.
Sandy Flash wanted to shine light on the darkness of waiting for an organ transplant. She went through it with her husband until he finally got the call that a liver was available. The wife and mother of 2 decided to become an anonymous liver donor.
I know how dire the need is. I know how terrifying it is to need a transplant. And I'm one of the kind of roll up your sleeves kind of people. I don't like to ask people to do things I wouldn't do myself.
What she didn't know is a small portion of her liver would be saving the life of 3-month-old Sonny White, who was battling biliary atresia in Cleveland Clinic Children's intensive care. But his liver was no longer functioning.
To be perfectly honest, at the time, I didn't realize how dire it was. And maybe that was my brain sort of shutting off.
The clinic transplant team discovered Sandy was a match. Sandy came in from New York, and a small portion of her liver removed laparoscopically. 14 months later, this happened.
I've been wondering about your family for a whole year.
I know. We think about you every single day.
He has a happy liver. Do you have a happy liver in here? Where's your liver? Do you see his liver? Liver! That's it. That's right. What do you think?
He immediately kind of warmed up to her, and so I think I mean, he's only, 1.5, I think, at that point. So, but I think he knows.
Immediately, the kind of relief and all of the emotions just totally overwhelmed me. It was amazing. It really kind of drove home that what I did really did change his life.
Yeah, Sonny is a rambunctious year-and-a-half-year-old, almost 2 years old, and Katie says, yeah, they are family now. Sandy's going to be getting all the school pictures, you name it. That bond was unmistakable. And if you're wondering, this is really interesting. So Sandy was approved to become a donor in March. And they found out that Sonny needed that liver at the end of May, so just 2 months later.
A couple of things. One, Sonny, that was their first meeting in that video.
That was their first meeting.
There was some sort of bond that was there.
Absolutely.
It is almost as if Sonny knew. Also, Sandy said in the piece that they took a piece of her liver. How does that work?
So as an anonymous donor, she had the choice of saying she wanted to give the left lobe of her liver, which is a smaller portion. So she knew whoever was going to get her liver, it was going to be someone of small stature. She had no idea it was going to be a pediatric patient. She had no idea it was going to be a 3-month-old.
Oh my goodness.
At the time. Yeah.
Has inspired probably a lot of people to maybe we should all be signing up for this.
And keep in mind, they did this laparoscopically. She had no complications, and she's from Buffalo. So she drove in, and this is really interesting too. She said, I have to look into this if Ohio does this. I'm not exactly sure. But she said in New York, they gave her 30 days off. She didn't have to take short-term disability. She didn't have to take PTO. It was mandated. Organ donors get 30 days off for recovery, surgery, everything. And Katie's health insurance paid for everything.
Incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that is
and the funny thing was, because her testing was happening before he was born, the insurance was initially denying everything.
Oh,
because he didn't
yeah, he wasn't born yet. But that got all sorted out. So yeah,
what an incredible story. Gosh, Monica, thank you so much.
Wow.